Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third and final performance tonight. Now, before I begin, I want to say that tonight is going to be an experience unlike any you've ever had at the theater. But before I begin, I must ask that there's no flash photography. Otherwise, this whole thing just goes to the birds. Now, to understand what you're about to experience, we got to take a trip back a couple of years. So, once upon a time, in a land far, far away, in a time long, long ago, before there was Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, YouTube, or even the internet, there was a time when you actually did not have to pay to watch TV in your own living room. But before that, there was radio. A golden time of entertainment when you could be transported from your living room to a world of comedy, drama, adventure, romance. This was all done by actors who could take you there, to that place in your imagination, a place where only the shadow knows, or far-off distant planets with Flash Gordon. Now, let us think of the one person who best represents suspense, thrills, and all things noir. Mr. Alfred Hitchcock. I mean, people went psycho when they listened to Orson Welles describe the Martian landing. Laughed at Burns and Allen like they were strangers on a train. Traveled with Orphan Annie when she went north by Northwest. And listened to the comedic banter of Abbott and Costello. And they got vertigo. Ash, what are you doing?
Do me a favor.
Now?
Now.
What?
Loan me $50.
No, I can't lend you $50.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. I only got 40.
Well, give me the 40 and you owe me 10.
Right, I owe you 10.
That's right.
Wait, how come I owe you 10?
How much did I ask for?
50.
How much did you give me?
40.
So you owe me 10.
Right. But you still owe me $40.
Don't change the subject.
I'm not changing the subject. You're trying to change my finances. Give me back the $40.
Now, give me the 10 you owe me.
I'm paying you on account.
On account?
Yeah, on account. I don't know how I owe it to you.
That's the way you feel about it this last time I asked you for loan $50.
Ash, how can I lend you $50 now? I only got 30.
Well, give me the 30 and you owe me 20.
Oh, this is getting worse all the time. First I owe 10, now I owe 20.
You run yourself into debt.
I'm not running. You're kind of pushing me here.
I can't help it that you can't handle your finances. I do all right with my money.
Yeah, and you're doing all right with mine right now, too.
All right. I asked you for a loan of $50, right?
Yeah.
You gave me 30.
Yeah.
30 plus 20 is 50.
No. I'm old school. Put that stuff away. Listen, Rob Lash is a good friend of mine, smartest man I ever knew. He taught me this. 25 and 25 is 50. Kids.
Did you go to school, stupid?
Yeah, and it came out that way.
All right. So I asked you for a loan of 50.
Yeah.
You gave me 30.
Yeah.
So you owe me 20.
How can I even lend you 50 now? I got 10.
Want to double that?
Nah, you go ahead and take it.
Not that kind of money.
Go on.
On the up and up.
Fine.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Even or odd?
Even.
Is it between 1 and 3?
No.
3 3 and 5.
Oh, no, I think I got it.
5 and 7.
Yeah.
6.
Wait. Hey, wait. You still owe me $40.
Would you feel better if I wrote an IOU?
Yeah, I would. I'm telling you, you gotta watch these kids around here. Here, I even got a pencil for you, so you can dig it out again. Can't trust anyone.
I owe you $40. Sign it.
Tell you, you gotta watch your step around here, all 39 of them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax. Live from WVHS studios here in downtown Venice, Florida, the 39 Steps.
WVHS Playhouse of the Air and our sponsors present a story of suspense and mystery. Each week at this hour, we invade your living rooms, providing your radio holds up, and present you exciting stories of the strange and unusual. Dark and compelling yarns called from the four corners of the world, bringing murder back into the home where it belongs. Tonight, we present a tale immortalized on celluloid by the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, The 39 Steps. Tonight's jolly little tale begins with a murder, and then things get serious and the real danger begins. Now, before you get the wrong idea, let me make one thing clear. I abhor violence. That is why in this program the use of stabbing, shooting, and garroting is used when absolutely essential to the plot, or when the wind strikes. Our show begins in a music hall, and the title is The 39 Steps. That's all I intend to tell you. You'll have to figure out the rest yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, with your kind attention and permission, I now have the honor to present to you one of the most remarkable men in the world, Mr. Memory. Every day he commits his memory 50 new facts. 50, ladies and gentlemen. Facts from history, geography, newspapers, and scientific fact books. And he remembers every one of them. Test him, ladies and gentlemen. Ask him any question you like, and he will answer you fully and freely. Mr. Memory.
Thank you, thank you.
A question, please. A question from anyone in the audience. Ladies first.
Oh, where's my old man been since last Saturday?
On the moor!
Out of his bed.
Nose.
A serious question, please.
What won the Derby in 1921?
Mr. Jack Jules Humorous won against Steve Donahue up at odds 6-1, second and third. Craig and Aram in Lamorna. Am I right, sir?
Right.
All right.
Thank you very much. Another question, please.
What kind of
How far is
Right from Montreal.
Who was the last British heavyweight champion of the world?
Bob Fitzsimmons.
Henry's.
My old woman.
Settle down. Bob Fitzsimmons. He defeated Jim Corbett, heavyweight champion of America, at Carson City, Nevada, in October 1897. He was then 34 years of age. Am I right, ma'am?
Right.
All right.
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
Where's my old man been since last Saturday?
Well, madam, I tell you, but he's been you can't ask him silly questions.
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
Miss Winnie, who, sir?
How far is Winnipeg from Montreal?
A gentleman from Canada. Well, you're welcome, sir. Winnipeg, the third city of Canada and the capital of Manitoba. Distance from Montreal, 1,710 miles. Am I right, sir?
Quite right.
All right.
How many races did Canelo win?
Gentlemen, please, you're not at home. Play something.
Please, let me out of here. Out of the aisles. Clear the way. This way, miss. I'll bring you to the outside. Follow me. There you are, miss. Take a good deep breath.
Thank you.
Are you all right?
Yes, I think so. I had to get out of that theater, that's all.
A lot of people had that idea.
It wasn't the panic that frightened me. It was something else.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
I'm in terrible trouble. Will you help me?
What kind of trouble?
I can't tell you here. Can we go someplace and talk?
Well, my flat's nearby.
May I come home with you?
It's your funeral. Come on, there's a bus. Go in, miss.
Thank you.
Now there should be a light switch around.
Oh no! Don't turn on the lights. It will be safer.
I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean.
Will you pull down the blinds, please?
Very well. This just puts me doubly in the dark. My name's Richard Hannay. Any objections to telling me yours?
No. It's Smith. Annabella Smith.
Smith. Really?
Is there anything wrong with it?
No, it's just an unusual name, that's all.
Do you want to know more about me? What do you think I do for a living?
Actress?
Not in the way you mean.
Chorus.
Certainly not. I'm a freelance.
Out for adventure, eh?
That's right. Don't answer the telephone.
Why not?
Because I think it's for me. Please don't answer.
Say, what's going on anyway? You said you were in trouble.
You don't believe me, do you?
I believe you were slightly hysterical.
If I am, I have good reason to be. I was the one who fired those shots in that theater tonight.
You? Why would you do that?
To create a diversion. I had to get out of that theater quickly. There were two men there who wanted to kill me.
You should be more careful in choosing your gentleman friends.
You've got to believe me.
And why should anyone want to kill you?
You wouldn't understand.
Well, you're not exactly making it easy for me. A beautiful, mysterious woman pursued by gunmen. Sounds like a spy story.
That's exactly what it is. Only I prefer the word agent.
Agent? For what country?
Any country that pays me.
What is your country?
I have no country.
Born in a balloon, eh? I suppose you've come here to dig up some great big state secret.
No, I'm here to save a secret. A very important secret to this country. Not because I love England, but because it will pay me better. The very brilliant agent of a certain foreign power is on the point of obtaining a secret vital to your air defense. I tracked two of his men to that music hall. Unfortunately, they recognized me. That's why they're after me now.
You ever heard of a thing called persecution mania?
You don't believe me?
Frankly, I don't, Annabella.
Very well. If you will go look out of that window, you will see two men standing across the street. I hope you've shaken them off. Look, please do.
All right, fine. I'll play your game a bit further.
Oh, well, don't let them see you. Well,
By Jove, you're right. There's two of them. They seem to be looking up here.
step away from the window, please. Do you believe me now?
I suppose I must.
I'm going to tell you something which is not very healthy to know. But now that they have followed me here, you're in it as much as I am.
So it seems.
Have you ever heard of the 39 steps?
No? What's that, a pub?
Never mind. But this much you must know. What you were laughing at is true. These men are ruthless, and I'm the only person who can stop them. It's only a matter of days, perhaps even hours before the secret is out of the country.
Why don't you phone the police?
Because they wouldn't believe me any more than you did. And if they did believe me, how long do you think it would take to get them going? These men act quickly. You don't know how clever the chief is. Clever and merciless.
And what's his name?
The chief goes by a dozen names. It can look like 100 people. But there's one thing he cannot disguise. The top part of his little finger on his right hand is missing. If ever you should meet a man with no top joint there, well, be very careful, my friend.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. In the meantime, what are you gonna do?
I'm frightened.
You needn't be. What you need is a good night's rest.
Oh yes, I do.
You can take my bed. I'll get a shakedown on the couch.
Are you sure you don't mind?
Sleeping on the couch, why, I've done it dozens of times.
No, I mean being in danger.
I'm not quite convinced of that yet. Is there anything I can get you?
Yes. Have you a map of Scotland, please?
A map of Scotland? I have an atlas over here somewhere, if I can only find... Oh, here it is. You going deer stalking or just plain hiking?
There's a man in Scotland whom I must visit next if anything is to be done.
Oh, I see. And are the 39 steps in Scotland by any chance?
Perhaps I'll tell you tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Hannay.
Good night, Annabella. Pleasant dreams. Annabella! Annabella, is that you? Annabella, open that door! Annabella, will you open that door, or do I have to break it down? Annabella, where are you? Annabella, are you all right?
They came through the window. One of them had a knife.
You're bleeding. I'll phone a doctor. It's dead.
You've got to stop those men. It's only a matter of days. Perhaps even hours before the secret's out of the country.
But how will I stop them?
Kinrick. Professor. Scotland.
Annabella!
London Express. Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen, and Cambridge, and Fort William. All aboard.
Ticket for Cambridge, please.
One, sir?
Yes, one, and hurry, please.
One ticket to Cambridge, Scotland. Oh, here you are, sir.
Thank you.
All aboard.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Not by yesterday. Sit down, young fellow.
Thank you.
Papers, magazines, chocolates, cigarettes.
I wonder what won the 2 o'clock at Windsor.
Oh, I don't know. Let's get a paper.
Paper, please. The dispatch.
Well, which one?
Bachelor Bride! Good. 7 to 4 odds.
Not so good.
Oh, hello. Looky here. Woman murdered in West End flat.
These sex dramas don't appeal to me.
Portland Mansions, Portland Place.
By the BBC. That's a nice quiet place to put someone to sleep. What does she like? One of the usual. Another tipsy blonde.
No. A well-dressed woman about 25 found with a knife in her back. The tenant, Richard Ney, is missing. The police are hot on the trail and watching with a careful eye all points of departure from London.
So that's what they were doing, eh? Scotland Yard. Those bobbies. I've seen them get on this train. Ask them a lot of questions, they would too.
Ooh, looky here. There's a picture of the Hannay chap.
Let's get a squint at him.
working more, ain't he?
Excuse me.
Oh, say, Annabella, where are you going? Didn't you like that seat?
I do, thank you, but I just remembered something.
In a bit of a hurry, wasn't he?
I'm sorry, miss, but I have to do this.
Nothing in here, Chief, except a man grabbing a bed.
We'll go back down to the end and double back.
I'm not accustomed to strange men barging into my compartment, let alone kissing me.
I assure you, miss, that I am no stranger than most, and kissing was my way of hiding, not introducing myself. But I'm afraid that they might come back, and I might be compelled to do it again.
Really? Well, I'm not interested. Now, will you please go?
I can't.
What? Why not?
It isn't safe.
Then, are you gonna go, or am I gonna have to call the conductor?
Oh no, don't do that. I just need your help, that's all. You see, my name is Richard Hannay.
Hannay? Why, you're the man the police on this train are looking for!
Yes, but I'm innocent, I swear. Look, it's vitally important that I be free for the next few days. You will help me, won't you?
Yes, of course.
Well, that's fine.
You say the police on this train are here looking for you?
Yes, that's why I barged my way in here.
And how am I supposed to help you?
They're looking for a man traveling alone. If they see we're together, they'll think we're together and just pass us by.
How clever you are.
So you'll do it?
Yes, of course.
Say, you're all right. What's your name?
I'm Pamela Stewart.
Pamela. That's a rather pretty name. It suits you.
Thank you.
Okay, there they are now. Remember, you do all the talking, I'll just sit here and pretend to read a paper.
All right. Come in.
Excuse me, have either of you seen a man pass here in the last few minutes? A young fellow, smooth shaven.
Why? No. Say, are you the police?
That's right, miss.
This is the man you want. He barged into my compartment and told me his name was Richard Hannay.
Why?
Come here, you.
Are you Richard Hannay?
Well, speak up.
Yes, and thank you very much, Miss Stewart.
Well, you didn't expect me to harbor a murderer now, did you?
I'm not a murderer, and I hoped you would give me the opportunity to prove myself.
Well, we'll see about that. Come on, Hannay.
Of course, officers. I'll go with you willingly. In fact, I'll lead the way.
Open that door.
He's holding it from the other side.
Let me try.
Together now. 1, 2, 3.
Where is he?
Where did he go?
There is no rest way.
Oh, get back here. Stop.
Did you get him?
No, he jumped off the train.
Well, he's probably lying dead in a ditch.
No, the last I saw of him, he was on his 2 feet and running like a rabbit.
We shall return to the 39 steps after a word from our sponsor.
Air travel's gone a long way since passengers crouched in open cockpits, bundled to the eyes. Now, greater air travel makes its greatest advance in history of life. Imagine an airplane so perfectly airborne that even the slightest even the faintest trace of tobacco smoke is filtered through the atmosphere you breathe. Graceful stewardess serve you cocktails and champagne dinners aloft, and pilots with years of experience in the friendly skies guide you to fascinating destinations just hours away. Mount Rushmore, the Statue of Liberty, San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, just to name a few. On Northwest Airlines, the world's leader in air travel, first class is the only service we offer. So come fly with North by Northwest and get a real picture of how wonderful air travel can be. Call North by Northwest Airline ticket offices or see your travel agent today.
We lost that sponsor. That was beautifully put. And we now return to WVHS Playhouse of the Air's presentation of the 39 Steps.
Richard Escapes Papers! Richard A. Escapes Papers! Extra special! Richard A. Escapes from Police Extra Papers!
2 days have passed, and Richard Hannett, wanted for a murder he did not commit, is still at large. Determined to discover the secret of the 39 steps, he's made his way to Scotland. The driver of a donkey cart is giving him a lift, and he's reached the last leg of his journey, the outskirts of the village of Al Nashalak.
Are you going to stay long, not slightly?
Well, that all depends. I'm looking for work. Do you suppose I could find something?
Well, I've my doubts. Not slightly is a mighty small village. Well, what do you do?
I'm a chauffeur.
Well, I'm thinking you better try some nothing.
Oh, I see. But aren't there any newcomers who might need a chauffeur?
Now that you come to think of it, I did hear of something about a retired professor who lives in a big house on the edge of the north.
A professor! Yes, that's it. Or I can try it anyhow.
Yes, sir?
I'd like to speak with your master, please.
And what name shall I say, sir?
He wouldn't know my name. You might ask if he knows a Miss Annabella Smith.
Yes, sir.
Is that someone for me, George?
Oh, yes, Professor.
Well, how do you do?
How do you do? My name is Hammond. I've come from London, from a Miss Annabella Smith.
Oh. Well, do come in, please. You must be tired. We can talk in the library.
Of course.
Wait this way, please.
Thank you.
Sit down. Will you have a drink?
No, thank you.
So what have you come to see me about, Mr. Hannay?
Mr. Hannay, you know my name.
Yes. I suppose it's safe to call you by your right name now. What about our mutual friend, Miss Annabella Smith?
She's been murdered.
Oh, yes, I know. Poor girl. The police are after you, you know.
Yes, but I'm innocent, I swear.
Oh, but of course. But why come all the way to Scotland to tell me about it?
I believe she wished to come speak with you about an air ministry secret. She was killed by a foreign agent who was trying to steal it.
Did she say what this foreign agent looked like?
She only mentioned one thing. She said the top joint of his little finger's missing.
On which hand, Mr. Hannay?
On the left, I believe.
Are you sure it wasn't on the right?
It might have been.
Like on my hand, Mr. Hannay?
It's you! You're the one
The one she was trying to warn you about. The chief. You misunderstood her. She meant for you to kill me, not to bring me information.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
That's just the point. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Oh. You see, I live here as a respectable citizen. You must realize that my whole existence would be jeopardized if it became known that I am not what I seem. You understand my predicament?
Yes, quite.
Oh, why have you come here, Mr. Hannay? Why have you forced me into this difficult position? I can't lock you up in a room or anything like that. As my wife knows to think of. Now, what makes it doubly important that I shouldn't lock you up in a room somewhere is that I'm about to transfer some very vital information out of the country.
What?
Oh, yes. I've got it already. I'm afraid poor Annabella would have been too late in any case.
Well, that's that, I suppose.
If only it were that simple. But I'm afraid we have some unfinished business to attend to.
And what's that?
I have a small revolver here. Pretty little thing, isn't it? Suppose I left you alone with this. Tomorrow's newspapers can then announce that the Portland Place murderer had taken his own life.
You want me to shoot myself? You're mad. I won't do it.
Then I'm afraid you're left with no alternative. You should have stayed in London, my dear friend. Oh, George! George!
Yes, Professor?
I need your help, please. There's a little job was inside. We'll carry Harry to the garage, and when it gets dark, we'll leave him off the road somewhere.
Where's the body, sir?
Oh, over there, in that table.
Here, sir.
Yes, pick him and...
One, sir.
What?
Sir? But there's no one here.
What? But I shot him! The body was lying on the floor!
The body, sir, seems to have disappeared.
I'm so sorry, miss. I need a ride. Well, Miss Stewart, how do you do?
You. What are you doing here?
Richard Hannay is my name. I believe we've met. On a train, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
And if I remember correctly, you tried to turn me into the police, didn't you?
Get away from me!
Don't worry, I won't hold it against you.
That's very kind of you.
What are you doing in Sherlock?
I live here?
It's a charming place, isn't it? Do you know the way to the local police station?
Of course I do.
Well, take me there, please, and hurry.
I suppose you know what you're doing.
Yes. You see, I know who killed Annabella Smith.
Is that so?
The same man who shot me a few minutes ago.
Shot you? Where?
Right in the cigarette case. See? There's a hole in one side of it. Funny little thing, cigarette cases. If I hadn't been carrying it around in my breast pocket, the hole would have been in my chest instead. And to think, only last week I was trying to quit.
Oh, just who is this arch-villain?
A gentleman called the Professor.
You don't mean Professor Bartlett, do you?
I didn't stop to inquire his last name.
Oh!
Oh, come on now, it isn't as funny as all that.
Do you actually mean you're going to the police with this story? That Professor Bartlett shot you, that he killed the woman you're accused of killing?
Of course! Why not?
And you expect them to believe it, I suppose.
Well, you don't, evidently.
No! And neither will they. Professor Bartlett, a murderer? Why, he's one of the best-liked men in the village and a very good friend of the sheriff's. I'm sure the sheriff would love to hear your side of the story.
Yes, I see what you mean. I didn't stop to consider that. Stop the car, please. I'm getting out.
Oh, no, you're not. You said you wanted to go to the police station? Well, that's exactly where you're going. And if you touch me or make a move to jump out, I'll turn this car into a ditch.
Well, aren't you the sweet little thing?
So you just hang tight, Mr. Hannay. We're going rather fast.
You haven't the nerve, of course.
Haven't I? Just try me.
All right, I will.
Don't touch that brake!
Hang on! Pamela, where are you? Are you all right?
Quite all right, thank you.
You little fool, why did you swerve? We could have been killed.
Hello there!
Someone's coming. Keep down.
Go with me. Hello! Hello! Over here, Richard Hannay!
What? You?
Grab that man! Alright, Hannay, we got you. And don't try any funny business. Stand up.
Yes, of course.
Are you the police?
We've been looking for you. Put the handcuffs on them. One on him, one on Ghetto.
What? You can't do this. I don't even know this man.
We're handcuffing you to your friend here.
Now see what you've done?
But I don't even know him.
Get in the car! The both of you!
Will you please move over?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am. Ow, my wrist.
You asked me to move, and if I move, you move with me. It's a scientific fact when two people are
Officer,
handcuffed together.
Must I be chained to this man?
Ah, you must! And keep quiet about it!
Wait, this isn't the way to the police station. Where are you taking us?
Just don't worry yourself about where we're going.
It's the real head we're gonna see, the chief.
Would you like to have a small bet with me, Miss Stewart?
I'll have it with you, Sherlock.
I'll lay you 100 to 1 that the man they call the chief has the top joint of his little finger missing. Am I right, officers?
You shut your mouth or I'll shut it for ya!
You see, Pamela, I win. They're taking us to your charming old friend, the professor.
What are we stopping for? A hope like a sheep crossing the road!
Oh, the horn! Maybe that'll scare them.
Nothing gives! We're not moving it! Come on, we've got to get on! Shoot 'em all!
Okay, here's our chance. When I say jump, jump and run for it.
But suppose they catch us.
Come on, jump!
Hey, look! They're getting away! There they go! Give it to them!
Come on, run for it!
We shall return to the thrilling final act of the 39 Steps. Following this short break for station identification, this is WVHS in Venice, Florida. We now return to WVHS Playhouse of the Air's presentation of the 39 Steps. I'm glad glad to see so many of you are still with us. Oh dear, I see we won't be ready for another 60 seconds. However, due to our sponsors' remarkable foresight, we have a message that will fit in here quite nicely. Have you been looking for a vacation spot that's tailor-made for good times? Experienced travelers prefer the Bates Motel for its special personality, quiet dignity, and friendly charm. This new, completely modern motel offers accommodations with the latest improvements, including insulated walls, metal furniture, box springs, Venetian blinds, carpeted floors, free radios, and parking directly in front of the 12 guest rooms. Pleasantly air-conditioned in summer and snugly heated in winter, each room features a private tiled bath and an abundance of hot water. Nothing old-fashioned, but the hospitality that even Mother would say is second to none. The Bates Motel is truly an experience you will treasure the rest of your days. Just call for prompt teletype reservations. We now return to the 39 steps. When we last left Hannah and Pamela, they were running for their lives through the Highlands of Scotland. Well, they're still running.
Please slow down. I can't go any further. You're hurting my wrist. God bless my shoe.
There are 20 million women on this island, and I'm chained to you. All right, we'll take a break.
Have we lost those men?
It's as black as pitch on this moor. They'll never find us now.
Come on, this is all very silly. What chance have you got to escape handcuffed to me?
Keep that question for your husband if you get one.
Why don't you turn yourself into Scotland Yard?
Well, it's a little impractical at the moment. You see, I was telling you the truth on the train, and I'm telling it to you now. There is a dangerous conspiracy against this country, and I am the only man who can stop it. Those men were taking us to their boss, and God help us if they catch us again.
I see. You're still sticking to your penny dreadful spy story.
All right, very well then. I'm just a plain common murderer who stabbed an innocent, defenseless woman to death in Portland Place, London. Now, I don't know how innocent you may be, but you're a woman, you're defenseless, and you're alone on a moor, manacled to a murderer who stopped at nothing to get you off his hands. Now, if that's the situation you prefer, have it, my lovely, and welcome.
Well, I'm not afraid of you.
Why not? For all you know, I may murder a woman a week. So listen to a piece of advice. Do everything I say, or do it quickly.
You big bully!
Gesundheit. I like your pluck, but you keep a civil tongue in your head. Otherwise, I may feel my next killing was a bit overdue. All right, on your feet.
Where are we going?
I see some lights over that way. We'll do a little investigating.
What kind of place do you think this is?
It looks like an inn. Now remember to listen to everything I say or do. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now come hold my hand. It'll hide the handcuffs. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to King's Head Tavern, and what can I do for you, milady?
We had an accident with our car a few miles back.
That is too bad now. You won't stay the night, I suppose.
Yes, thank you.
And will it be one room or two separate rooms?
Two separate rooms!
One room, please. One.
Well, which?
One room. Thank you.
One. And what's the name?
Hawkinson. Hawkinson. Henry Hawkinson and Mrs. Hawkinson.
Well, come along, Mr. and Mrs. Hawkinson. The room is at the top of the landing.
Lovely place you have here.
Thank you. Here's the room. Well, good night to you.
Wait, you mustn't go, please.
What's the matter? Is there anything wrong?
Yes, you see,
Of
this
course
man...
there's nothing wrong. She just wants to tell you something, that's all.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that
see,
this man is...
We're a runaway couple.
Oh, are you now?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we've been running all night. If anyone inquires of us, you won't give us up, will you?
Of course not. I was young myself once.
Good night. I'm sorry, Pamela.
All of the outrageous things. Do you actually expect I'm gonna spend the night in this room with you?
Personally, I don't see how you can help yourself.
I didn't ask to come with you.
And I didn't invite you, but here we are.
Well, aren't you afraid the men will find us?
I'm more worried of a way of getting out of these handcuffs.
I have a nail file in my back pocket. Maybe that'll help.
That'd be dandy. If we filed 24 hours a day, 10 years from now we might be free. Imagine chained to you for 10 years. It's a horrible thought.
That's it. I'm done with your insults. I'm going to tell the innkeeper the whole story.
You want me to hang for a murder I didn't commit?
As long as you hang, I don't care whether you committed it or not.
Well, what a bloodthirsty creature you are. Have you no pity?
Nope.
Ow! What are you doing?
I'm trying to file the handcuffs.
Yeah, well, don't jab me in the wrist that way. I don't like it.
Aw, I'm sorry.
You're going about it in a very amateurish fashion anyway. I can see that you know nothing about filing handcuffs.
Well, at least I'm trying to do something.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to try to get some sleep. I have not a wink in 48 hours.
Well, I'm not in the least bit tired.
You don't mind if I stretch out on the couch, do you?
Not at all.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. But I don't see how you can sleep at a time like this.
Watch me.
Listen! Did you hear that? There's a car out there. It just drove up.
It's just your imagination.
It is not my imagination. I heard a car. Well, fine. If you don't care.
I don't care. I just don't care.
It's early the following morning. Richard Henning stirs restlessly in the armchair, rubbing his sleepy eyes. Suddenly, he jumps up from the chair, staring down at the handcuffs now dangling from his wrist. Pamela Stewart has freed herself and now sits across the room.
Good morning, Mr. Hawkinson.
How did you get free?
Oh, simple. A little work while you had your beauty sleep.
I suppose you filed the handcuffs.
No, I picked the lock. I tried to do the same for you, but then the file broke.
Say, you're acting awfully nice. You don't feel ill or anything, do you?
No, why should I?
And why didn't you leave? You were very anxious to last night, if I remember correctly.
Well, you see, something happened last night that convinced me that you were telling the truth. When I got free, I went downstairs, and that car you said I imagined, it belonged to our pursuers. They were sitting downstairs when I got there.
Did they see you?
No, I hid behind the counter. But they did ask the innkeeper about us.
What did she say?
She said she hadn't seen us, and then they went downstairs and got something to eat, and while they were eating, they asked a lot about the 39 steps.
The 39 steps? The 39 steps?
And don't ask me what it is, because I don't know. But they did say that the professor was clearing out of the country.
Then he has got the secrets. Did they say how soon he was leaving?
No, but they did say that he was going to London to pick up someone at a music hall.
The 39 steps? London Music Hall? It doesn't make any sense. Which room are these men in?
Oh, they left about 4 or 5 hours ago.
What? You let them go after hearing what they said? 4 or 5 precious hours wasted? Oh, you button-headed little idiot!
Don't you speak to me like that!
My dear girl, I'm accused of murder! And the only way I can clear my name is by exposing those spies.
Well, why don't you go to Scotland Yard?
What's the use? You said so yourself. They wouldn't believe me.
Yeah, I did say that. Well then, why don't I go to Scotland Yard?
Why not? They'd listen to you.
Of course they would.
Come on, we'll get the next train for London.
You wish to order now, sir?
No, thank you. I'm still waiting on someone.
Okay. I beg your pardon, sir, but your face looks familiar. Are you someone famous?
No, I'm not. Just a barber veil, please.
Very good.
Make that 2, please.
Oh, yes, miss.
Why, Pamela, sit down. So, did you go to Scotland Yard?
Yes, and prepare yourself for a shock.
They checked every possible channel, but the Air Ministry is positive. There are no papers missing that could be of any possible interest to spies.
That's incredible. Are you sure?
Well, that's exactly what they said.
I don't know what to make of it.
Well, I think you've been tricked.
It certainly is very bewildering.
I'm sorry, Richard. I really am. But I think you better go now.
Go where?
Any place. Leave the country. Oh, I know it sounds silly, but I somehow couldn't bear the thought of them catching you again.
Why, Pamela?
Well, I guess I've just changed my mind about you, that's all. I suppose you're as vain as a peacock, and I can stand you for any length of time, but you're something else.
Well, if I win in this jam, I...
What?
Nothing! What's that tune you're humming?
Oh, that silly one of yours. I must have picked it up.
Pamela, you're brilliant!
Me? What did I do?
Yeah, I remember where I heard that before. And I know where we have to go.
Where?
Follow me.
You're right. Your seat, sir. First, and two on the aisle.
Thank you. Sit down, Pamela.
Why are we here? The show's almost over.
Be quiet. I'm just playing a hunch, that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, with your kind attention and permission, I now have the honor to present to you one of the most remarkable men in the world. I present Mr. Memory.
You see that man in the box up there? That's the professor himself.
You've got to get out of here before they see you.
No! Sit down. Listen.
Every day he commits to memory 50 new facts. 50, ladies and gentlemen, and he remembers every one of them. Facts from history, geography, newspapers, and scientific
Pamela! I've got it!
He remembers them all. Millions
Of course there are no
of
secrets
down to the
missing.
smallest
All of the
detail.
information is inside
Test
Mr.
it,
Memory's
ladies and
head.
gentlemen. Ask him any
Still don't
question.
understand.
He must have memorized the secrets and returned them before anyone knew they were missing. That's why the professor's here, to get Mr. Memory out of the country after the show.
When did Florence Nightingale die?
Excuse me, sir, but there are some gentlemen here to speak to you.
Who, me?
Are you Richard Hannay?
Why,
You're under arrest.
Wait a minute, officer, there's something here you ought to know.
Come on, quietly.
But the man on the stage!
Don't cause any trouble and spoil people's entertainment.
Question, please. Do not hesitate.
Hold that thought, officer. Mr. Memory, what are the 39 steps? Come on, answer up. What are the 39 steps?
Oh, the 39 Steps is an organization of spies collecting information on behalf of the Foreign Office of...
That man in the box is shot! Stop that I'd like to speak with Mr. Memory, please. Which room is he in?
Number 5, but you can't go in now.
I'm afraid I must. Detective, have you a pencil and piece of paper?
Yes.
Good. I want you to write down everything you hear.
Now, I don't know what this is, but...
Do as he tells you, please.
I'm going to prove to you that the man who shot Mr. Memory is the same man who killed the woman I'm accused of killing.
What is it?
I'd like to speak with Mr. Memory. How is he doing, Doctor?
Pretty decent. Did they get the guy who shot him?
We got him, all right. Now, what's this all about?
Mr. Memory, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mr. Memory, there's something I'd like for you to tell us.
Yes, sir.
What was the secret formula you were taking abroad?
Would it be alright me telling you, sir? It was a big job to learn it. One of the biggest jobs I ever tackled. I don't want to throw it all away.
It'll be quite all right.
Well, the first feature of the new engine is greatly increased ratio of compression represented by R over minus R to the power of gamma, where R represents the ratio of compression and gamma. Seen in end elevation, the axis of the two lines of the two cylinders renders the device completely silent. Am I right, sir?
Quite right, old chap.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad it's off my mind at last.
This way, please. We can pick up a police car on the corner.
Police car? Where are you taking us?
To Scotland Yard, of course.
Scotland Yard?
You can't do that. He said he didn't kill anybody.
Easy now, easy. All you want to do is put the story on record.
Oh.
Oh, that's better.
Nothing to worry at all. He'll be a free man, Mrs. Hannah.
Mrs. Hannah, what are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought.
Mrs. Hannah, that'd be just fine, that would. We were together for 1 day and fought 24 hours.
20. You were asleep for 4.
Could you imagine what it would be like? Fight for breakfast, fight for lunch, fight for dinner. One long, drawn-out battle for the next 30 or 40 years.
40 years? Do you think we could even keep it up that long? I mean, freely?
Well, we could try.
You'll be relieved to hear that Hannah and Pamela's story ended happily. They did not get married. And that concludes WVHS Playhouse of the Air's presentation of The 39 Steps. Our offering for tonight. But I have not reached the end of my rope. Tune in next week for something that is sure to be rich and strange that will leave you spellbound. Until next time, good evening.